In this video, we're diving into what we feed our llamas and alpacas to keep them happy, healthy, and thriving on our farm. From the grass we grow to the special grain mixture we've developed, we'll give you all the details on how we maintain a balanced diet for our herd. Plus, we'll share some tips on how we manage feeding time efficiently, the treats our animals love, and answer some of your questions from social media. First of all, it's helpful to note that alpacas and llamas are both 100% vegetarian, and the bulk of their diet is grass and hay. We supplement their diet with a grain mixture and a specific blend of minerals to keep their coats shiny and healthy. They love their grain. Let's get into exactly what we feed them. First of all, the type of grass we grow. We're fortunate enough to have enough pasture space to grow a variety of grasses that our llamas and alpacas love. Where we live in western North Carolina, it's mainly fescue. Fescue is a fine grass for llamas and alpacas, but it isn't necessarily their favorite. Because of that, we've tried to grow a mix of timothy and orchard grass as well. It seems to do well enough growing in our pasture. In the patches where the orchard grass won't grow, the pasture fills in with fescue. When the pasture isn't enough, especially during winter, we supplement with high-quality hay. We prefer orchard and timothy grass blends because they're rich in fiber and nutrients, and it's what our guys like. We source ours from a local supply store that ensures the hay is fresh and free of any harmful chemicals. To ensure our animals get all the nutrients they need, we've developed a special grain mixture. It includes a balanced ratio of llama and alpaca pellets, calf manna, and shredded beets. Our formula is designed to meet the nutritional needs of both llamas and alpacas, keeping them in peak health year-round. We also use still water mineral formula 104. This is a mineral supplement that's designed specifically for alpacas year-round. Since alpacas are bred for their fiber, and fiber is a protein, the alpaca's diet will have higher levels of protein. The vitamin Bs and biotin found in the 104 mix are to improve their fiber growth, biotin, and quality, vitamin Bs, and higher levels of zinc. Last, let's talk about their treats. While some animals may enjoy apples and carrots, our llamas and alpacas prefer something a little different. Their favorite treat is peppermint-flavored horse treats, which are specially designed to be safe and nutritious for them. We give these in moderation as a reward during training, or just to show them a little extra love. We also provide a treat jar in our B&B so guests can enjoy spoiling the guys with their favorite treats. Now, let's shift into how we feed them. We keep all of our feeding ingredients in bulk to save time and make feeding more efficient. Once a week, we mix a large batch of the grain mixture in a big bin, which we store in our pasture closet for easy access. Here's a breakdown of our feeding ratios. Each llama and alpaca gets about 2 to 2.5 cups of the grain mixture per day. This is a specific recipe that we follow to ensure all 6 of our guys get sufficient nutrition each day. Here's the recipe. 8 quarts of alpaca llama pellets, 3.5 cups of calf manna, 4 cups of shredded beet, and 4 tablespoons of minerals. All of this is pre-mixed into a large bin, so it makes it easy to scoop the mixture into the bucket, and then we use the smaller scoop to measure about 2 to 2.5 cups into each of their bowls. One tip is that the minerals, if you mix into the large bin, sometimes sink to the bottom. So we actually recommend waiting to mix the minerals into the big bin and instead take the 8 quarts of alpaca llama pellets, calf manna, and shredded beet and then sprinkle the minerals on top before you divide them into each bowl. We use the large measured scoop, about 1 quart, to measure out the portions. So we take 2 big scoops of the quart scoop and then use the smaller scoop, it's like a 2.5 cup scoop, to portion it out to each bowl. We try to be consistent with the portions and avoid overfeeding. We prefer using heavy-duty wide-mouth feeding bins that are easy for the animals to access by hanging them on the railing in their structure. And then also for the minerals and hay, even though we do mix some minerals into their grain mixture each day, we also free feed them minerals and hay. So they have like a free feeding station where they can help themselves throughout the day. This ensures they're getting enough fiber and essential nutrients whenever they need it. When it comes to treats for our llamas and alpacas, they're pretty particular actually. They love these peppermint-flavored horse treats. We've tried to give them apples and carrots in the past, and they just aren't interested. We've tried the other types of apple-flavored horse treats, and they generally spit them out. Therefore, we tend to avoid giving them any human food or any other types of treats, which ensures their diet stays consistent and healthy. One tip to avoid getting nibbled is we always hand off the treats by holding the treat between the forefinger and the thumb. This makes sure they can enjoy their snack without accidentally mistaking your finger for a treat. A while back, we reached out on Instagram to see what questions you had about feeding llamas and alpacas. Here are a few. 1. Can llamas and alpacas eat the same food? Yes, they can. While there are some slight differences in their dietary needs, our grain mixture is designed to meet the needs of both species. The key is to monitor their health, adjust their diet as needed. For example, alpacas need slightly more vitamins because of their growing their fiber. We want our llamas to have good fiber as well, so we give them the same minerals, and it just helps them have a shinier, healthier coat. Number 2, how do you keep track of how much each animal is eating? We monitor their body condition regularly with a monthly body score. So we just put our hands kind of where their ribs meet their hips, and we check to make sure they aren't getting too skinny or too fat. We also pay close attention during feeding times to ensure everyone's getting their fair share. Some of the older guys will push the younger ones out of the way and try to eat their food. So we'll hang around and make sure that everybody's getting their fair share. Number 3, do you ever have issues with one animal eating too much or too little? Well, this hasn't happened in a while, but when Scully was really young, we noticed he was getting pushed out of the way quite a lot, and he wasn't getting as much food as he needed. So what we did, we just separated him during feeding time and made sure that he was able to get his fill before any of the other guys could take over his space. Number 4, what can't they eat, or what are they allergic to? Llamas and alpacas should avoid food like avocado, chocolate, or anything else high in sugar. They also don't eat any meat or human food in general, as these can disrupt their digestive systems. We stick to a strict diet to ensure their health and well-being. In their pasture, we had to remove a native species of mountain laurel, which can be toxic to them. We removed all of it before they arrived, and their pasture has stayed laurel-free ever since. And last, you asked, what kind of treats do they like? Which we've already covered. They love those peppermint-flavored horse treats. They're safe and tasty, making the perfect reward. We avoid giving them anything else, focusing on these treats to keep their diet consistent and healthy. Plus, we know it's what they like. Well, that's a wrap on how we feed our llamas and alpacas. Keeping them well-fed and healthy is a top priority here at the farm, and we're always learning and adapting to ensure they're getting the best care possible. If you have any more questions or tips on feeding, drop them in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates from the farm. Thanks for watching.